My guest for this week is Amanda Kloots, Broadway performer turned TV host, bestselling author, and the definition of resilience. The world came to know Amanda during the pandemic when she heartbreakingly lost her husband, Nick Cordero, and she shared her journey of love, grief, and strength in real time. Out of that season, she wrote Live Your Life, a powerful reflection on healing, hope, and learning how to move forward when life doesn't go as planned. She went on to co-host The Talk, and now she's bringing her passion for wellness and motivation to her brand new TV show on Amazon called Trainer Games. Amanda is a single working mom, a self-proclaimed hustler, and somehow she manages to do it all with grace, groundedness, and humility, choosing to surrender to life's flow and not take it all so seriously. She's a bright, beautiful soul, and I'm so honored to have her here today. Great. Amanda, welcome.
Hi.
Hi. We know each other through our mutual friend, Jerry O'Connell, who was here not too long ago.
Love it. I love him.
Yes, we had the most fun because I'm like, I don't, he just took the reins. He took the show, asked me all the questions. Like, I don't have to do anything. It was the easiest recording
That sounds
I'd
like
ever
Jerry.
done.
Yeah. I miss him. I miss seeing him every day. We had such a good time on The Talk. Jerry and Akbar were like my older brothers. It felt like, like Jerry is just like the fun and silly older brother. He taught me so much about hosting. He's such a good host, especially daytime host. And I really from day one of him coming on that show and guest co-hosting, I was like, oh, wow, he does something that I haven't seen before. And I was like, I want to copy it. And of course you can't, but I think that just speaks to who he is. He's so magnetic and so charismatic and so authentically himself that you just are like, oh, wow, I could learn from him. And I did every day. He was such a great person to work with every day.
What did he teach you?
He's just so freeing, and he's such a good listener. He asks really great questions. He would go off the cards a lot just based off of listening to the guest. And I think it sounds so easy, but when you're doing a talk show on a daily basis and you have producers that are telling you what question is yours and what you have to ask because, of course, they've done their research on why the guest is there, that you can I could get a little monotonous or actually worried about my next question instead of actually listening to what the person's saying. And it happens all the time. And I quickly clocked in that Jerry doesn't do that. He knows what he could ask, but he's also just going to ask the off the cuff question. And he told me he learned that a lot from guest co-hosting with Kelly Ripa. And he was like, it was just something that I picked up from hosting with her. And then also I think, just he's so funny and he's so silly. And I realized, I can bring that. Yeah, I can. It's allowed. I don't have to be, I can be myself. I can bring more of myself to this job. He just brought a whole new lightness to the show. Plus he also literally remembers every single person's name, that every camera person, every producer, every, assistant, he is so kind to everyone. And that was also something I thought I was a kind person. And I'm like, oh, I'm not that kind. I'm not that kind. Yeah, he's just a great guy. Really great guy.
Yeah, he is. I think it is really about just being super present.
Yeah.
And when you can drop in that way, you ask questions you would never be able to think to write.
No, you're so right. You're so right. And it's tough because you have a lot going on in your head, as we all do. And you really have to set it aside. It's he's a great host.
Yeah. Well, you're also a great host.
Oh, thank you.
I remember seeing you on The Talk for a long, long time, and you guys had a really great dynamic, but also just following you on social media. There's so many people out there, but when you see someone and you just relate in little ways, being a single mom, being a boy mom, being a working mom, it's like you think, oh God, how does she juggle it all? How does she manage it all? Because you're human at the end of the day, even though you have to show up every single day.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, it is. It is. I have a lot of help though. So I've never been shy about sharing that. I have a lot of help. I have an extended family here, my friends that are considered family now, have helped me raise Elvis and be able to do all the things that I have been so blessed to get to do. So, but it's a lot. And I hope what I try to share is, the great, the not so great, the sticky, the wins, the losses, all of it, because it's a part of life,
Yeah, for sure. You started on Broadway in the fitness space back when, I don't think a lot of influencers even back then were touching like fitness, but you really started in that. And then unfortunately, some big life moments happened for you where that became center.
Yeah.
If we can kind of go back to that just a little bit, your husband passed away and you were dealt this big life change. What's the thing that sticks out to you the most when you think back to that time and how your world was just rocked?
It's so funny. I have so much like videos of all of that saved on my phone, and then, Instagram archives everything. And anytime I look back at 2020 and those early like March, April, May, I am constantly like, it feels almost like I'm watching a movie of myself, like that I didn't live it or something. Like it feels so like, did that happen kind of thing? And then you kind of have to be like, yeah, of course you did. But I almost like I was such in a fight of survival at that time that I almost don't recognize that woman in pictures and in videos that I watch. And Elvis is such a little baby that I'm like, it's shocking to see like how much time has gone. It's been 5.5 years now. And it's like, I don't know. It does feel weirdly foreign and like that it's a movie of my life, not the life I live. But then I have to remind myself that of course it was. It was just like, the pandemic for everyone was weird, right? Like it was all just like the fact that we were all just sitting in our homes, everyone in the world was just, doing the same thing. And then on top of it, going through a death was like, it's weird. It doesn't seem like it was my life. It was it's very strange.
I feel that way too when I look back at old photos because my younger son, Nicky, I think is Elvis's age. Right? Is he 6?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he was a newborn at the time when the pandemic hit.
Yeah.
And I was still figuring out the new balance of going back to work. And then lockdown happened, but I was still going to work because when you're in TV and news, you're considered an essential worker.
Of course.
And so now when I look back, I'm like, oh my God, how do we even get through this time?
Yeah,
it's like you don't recognize life.
Yeah, yeah. It is such a weird moment that we got through as a world. It's like such a crazy time.
And that makes me think of how many times you've pivoted in your life, and to pivot publicly is really hard because you still have to show up every single day, but you're human and you're dealing with all these really heavy moments.
Yeah. I don't even think that was another thing I don't even think that I really realized was happening because Nick died in July of 2020. I first guest co-hosted the talk in October. So August, September, I really was like in 2.5 months of grieving. And then I started from being public to then going like extremely public every day on a daily talk show. And I don't know how I did it because, you on a daily show, as you know, you have to show up every day, like ready to talk. And it saved me. Don't get me wrong. It saved me because it gave me somewhere to go every day and people to talk to instead of just being locked in my house with Elvis, who was 1.5, who wasn't conversing with me. So it saved my life. But also I'm like, how did I put that armor on every day when I was so raw? I don't know how I did it. I know I'm good at compartmentalizing my life, maybe too good at it to a fault, but like it was definitely a weird time and very, very public. I don't know.
No, it can save you for sure. Consistency and repetition. I've been in news 16 years. So I followed that same formula. And I think the pressure of having to show up every single day, it works for you, but also against you.
Yeah.
And, after the pandemic, I went through a big life change too. I got a divorce and I'm a single mom with 2 little babies. Going to work every single day saved me because I had somewhere to be and to show up. And it was all about something bigger than me.
Yeah.
And it almost puts things into perspective because every day you're meeting people who are telling you a story that shifts something.
Right.
Or you have a conversation with someone on set and it shifts something.
Sure.
It just keeps you moving forward.
Yeah. And it gives you an outlet to not just like sit at home and woe is me.
Yeah.
It pushes you to respond to other things, which is helpful. But I think I will say that like it did stunt my grieving process in a way that I realized like later on. But I again, it's all okay. I think, grief is such a journey for everyone that's very, very different. And I think I actually needed that stunt and then I could process it when I needed to really start working on it and processing it. And so it all flushed out and worked out, but it was
a moment in time.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And how did writing your book help in the grieving process?
Oh my God. Writing was the first thing I did that unknowingly at the time was such a huge help to me. I had never written anything. I was not a journaler. I didn't have a diary growing up as a kid. It was never an outlet for me. Where a lot of people write all the time, write at night, have journals. That was not me. My sister is that way. Journals, like stacks of journals. And she ended up writing the book with me. But I 2 weeks after Nick died, started writing, and just like the amount of tears that just were streaming down my face each night. I couldn't even see my computer screen. Like that's how much I was letting out, things that were like in there that I just needed to shed. Especially like anyone that has spent months in the ICU like I had, like the amount of medical information that you have like stored in your brain that like it just was so helpful to release was so powerful. So writing, that was like unknowingly my first therapy that I gave myself, extremely cathartic. And now I'm constantly like praising writing. Anyone that goes through a loss, I'm like, just start writing. Like, just write. Like, even if you don't know what you're writing, it doesn't even have to mean anything, but like write how you feel. And now I have a little journal and I do it a lot, actually. I write Elvis letters a lot. So like, it's become my thing.
Yeah. Just dump it out and then you can clean it up later.
Yeah. Or not. You know what I mean? You don't even need to clean it. If you're not trying to sell it, then you don't even need to clean it up.
Right, exactly.
Just dump it out.
And you co-wrote the book with your sister.
Yes.
And I think that speaks to when you go through a period of loss and you lose someone who's such a big part of your life. It actually, in a way, part of the grieving and part of the healing is opening yourself up to the other relationships in your life, with friends. Or, I found after, the loss that I went through, how much closer I got to some of my girlfriends.
Yeah.
And that was just like, it's so beautiful that life can show you all these different ways of connecting with people in a stronger way.
Absolutely. And I think also it's very strange, like who you tend to go to in those times, who comes forward, who retreats. Like, because I went through a divorce as well. I was married for 7 years before I met Nick, my late husband. And that's like one of the things I learned during that grieving process, because I do believe divorce is also a form of death and you grieve it.
Yeah.
And I learned like, oh, wow, like it's interesting, like who I'm going to for advice and to listen to me, and who I'm not, and who is taking offense to it and who is not. And it's the same when I lost Nick. It's like who came forward, who stepped back. And I think it always shocks people. And I've learned now, like doing it 2 times, that it's all okay. And I also say that to people that are grieving. I'm like, allow people grace. Like you might lose friends, you're going to gain friends.
Mm-hmm.
You might lose family, you might gain family. Like it is a grieving process. No one knows how to deal with it. Allow everybody grace, including yourself. And if people are meant to stay in your life, they will. They might leave, they might come back. Try not to take it personally. Everyone's dealing with it in a different way. Even a divorce, you know what I mean?
Totally.
Like, wait, now this couple isn't the couple? I thought they were the couple. You know, it's, you know, now we have to lose, do we have to choose? We have to lose a friend. I don't agree with what she's doing. I don't agree with what he's doing. It's like, so you lose people. And it's a lot, as you know what I mean?
Yeah, sometimes people don't know how to approach the situation.
No.
I have a cousin who didn't call me for 3 months.
Yeah.
And it's not because she doesn't love me.
Yeah.
She just didn't know how to approach
Right.
the conversation.
Yes.
So when she did finally call, like you said, you give them grace because
Yeah.
everyone just processes things differently and they don't really know what to say.
They don't. And it's easy to be like, my cousin hasn't called me 3 months. I'm never going to talk to her again. Or, you know, get very like, you know, I've been going through this divorce and she hasn't even called me. She hasn't even sent me a text. And it's justifiable. Like it is justifiable. But, you know, and everybody's different. But I think if you can go into it with allow grace, it's, you know, it takes the load off of you know what I mean? Like you're already dealing with a ton of pressure in death, in divorce, in any kind of trauma. It's it's already so much to deal with. So like try not to add on any extra layers that you don't need at the moment, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. Don't create the extra drama. It doesn't need to be there.
Doesn't need to be there.
What gives you this grounded way of looking at life and just, you seem very peaceful in how you approach all these things.
I've been working on, that's my word for 2026
Peaceful,
is peace.
Really?
Yeah, because I've realized through immense amount of therapy that I have been doing on myself how important that peace is, and how when I rebuilt my life this second time after losing Nick, how unknowingly I created a peaceful environment for myself. My home, my relationship with my son. I realized recently it was all based on peace and how much I need that in my life and how important it is for my life. And so I would say 2 things helped me with that. The grounding and the peace is my faith. It has always just grounded me. And I just turn to God and look to Him for the reasons and the path. And I love being able to be like, I don't understand this right now. I don't know the answer. I'm giving it to you. It just takes all the pressure off of me. And I feel like I'm in somebody else's hands that I trust and believe in that's bigger than me. So that's number one. And then I think the other thing that is the therapy. It has just really helped me to see my flaws and where I'm falling short and what I need to work on and what is important to me. And it's been a good journey. It's been a hard journey, but a good one. Yeah.
Surrender is huge. I went through that a lot too. After, the grieving brings you to surrender because there are moments you just realize, and I had that I think there was a day where I was really, really bad. And I sat in my room for 30 minutes, closed my eyes, and I just said, God, I give it to you.
Yeah.
Because I don't know what to do.
I know.
I don't have the answers.
No.
I barely have the strength to show up for my life every single day.
Yeah.
Giving it to you.
Yes.
I know you work in mysterious ways. You'll give me the answer. You'll show me.
Yeah.
And I have a mantra. I don't know if you've read Course in Miracles.
No.
And so one of, a famous mantra from the book is, when I meditate every morning, I say, show me where to go, show me what to do, show me what to say and to whom.
Oh, I love that.
And then you just put that out there every single day. And the answers kind of land.
Yep. I love that. And I think that also removes your ego, which is like another thing I'm really working on right now is like, is this me or is this my ego? Like what's getting in the way?
Right.
And a lot of times it's my ego telling me what to do instead of what I know is right to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's really fun. I have to say, like, I'm at a point with like therapy and figuring myself out. It's like fun because I actually love catching myself in like, I'm just doing this because this is what I did in order to have to survive.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to survive anymore. So like, what's now? Because I don't need to act like Amanda in 2020. I can act like Amanda in 2026 now. What does she look like?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. It's been fun in a weird way.
Yeah, no, and there's so much humility that goes into it to say, I don't know the answer to this.
Yeah.
I can't think my way through this.
Yeah.
Right now, I can't feel my way through this either.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to allow the world to sort of deliver the guidance, whether it comes through from someone else or I'm going to read it somewhere, and it does become fun because you take off the pressure from yourself that you have to have the answers. Because we often think, if I don't have the answer, then I'm failing at this.
Yes.
But it's just because you're not really meant to know right now.
Right. And we're just used to, I need the answer right now.
Right.
I have to have it right now. It's like, it's hard. It's not easy. It's not easy to live in ambiguity.
Ambiguity?
Yes. Yay. It's not easy to live there. And I don't thrive there either. I love having the answers. So it is tough. I hate feeling like I don't know what my purpose is or what direction I'm going in. I hate that. So yeah, it's not easy.
So peace is your word for 2026.
Yes.
Do you do goals or because I don't do goals. I set words of intention. And that's how I want to move through the world that year.
Yeah. I have, I do goals. I write down, I manifest and like, I write things down. I would probably say like every 3 months, I like look at, what my new manifestations are and old ones, and are we keeping those and how we're moving forward. I love having a word. I make a vision board every January. I'm halfway through my vision board. Those are but I try not to put too much pressure on it, but I definitely I love to be like, no, we're gonna try to do these things this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then how do you, because I love manifestation, but also I feel like there needs to be aligned plan of action.
Mm-hmm.
How do you ensure that you're creating the structure for your manifestations?
Mm-hmm. I love reading through them on a daily basis to keep them fresh.
Mm-hmm.
So that's important. Like I kind of keep like a stack of things that I do every morning. One of them is that like manifestation list. So it keeps it just like fresh. And I'm a hustler. So like I work on things, I'll work on something about those things every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Cause my line of work doesn't come if I sit at home and do nothing. I mean, like once in a while, my agents will call and be like, hey, you got this job. And I'm like, oh, wow. But a lot of times I feel like it's up to me to create those experiences. So I don't know. I'm good at making the calls, doing the work, being bold, sending the emails,
mm-hmm.
sounding ridiculous. I don't know. Death gave me that too. Like, just be bold. I could die tomorrow. So like, might as well send that email.
Right.
Who cares if I look ridiculous? Fine. I don't care if, John Smith thinks I'm ridiculous. He might think, but maybe the next day Susan doesn't think I'm ridiculous and then it works out. You know what I mean? Like we get so scared to like do things. It's one of the blessings that death gave me, just to be like, no, just do it. Who cares? Say the things you need to say.
But we're so afraid of rejection, myself included. I would always be afraid to send the email thinking they're going to say no. But you know what? Let them say no.
Yeah, let them say no.
Yes. And maybe it changes your life.
Yeah. Or they say no, but they might be like, you know what? No for us, but you should talk to this person. I mean, you just never know. But if you don't do it, you definitely know.
Yeah. You have to create the energy around you,
Yes.
you know, and then when something happens, then you get the momentum and you just keep plugging ahead.
Yeah.
You said you're a hustler.
Yeah.
I can totally respect that as a fellow hustler. But if you could give yourself a day off, like a Ferris Bueller's day off, what would you do?
Mine is the beach, like Grand Cayman, fly to Grand Cayman and just lay on that gorgeous 7 Mile beach, crystal clear blue water, and cook an amazing dinner or go out to dinner that night and just sleep and read and play with Elvis and just, I love Grand Cayman. It's my favorite beach in the world.
So balancing all this, how do you keep yourself from burnout? Because it's hard to be a hustler in this world as a single working mom.
I try to take every Sunday, like Sunday when Nick died, I started doing this with Elvis, Sunday family day. We go to church and then we just kind of like try to stay out of the house all day and just, have fun together. I've also learned is like my teacher, Elvis, and that relationship that we have has taught me so much. And I really have learned to like look to him, like how I've raised him, how I love him, how much we, in a weird way, because I know he's 6, but we respect each other, how much we're a team. I've really learned like that relationship that I built with him is actually the relationship I want to have with my friends, with my future partner, with a future husband. Like it's my teacher. So I try to spend a lot of time with him there. And that is my like, weekly debrief,
And all kids really want is our presence.
Yeah.
I've learned that with my kids too. Sometimes I'm rushing them and we don't realize kids have their own pace.
Yeah.
And when you have 2 boys, their personalities are so different and their pace is so different.
Yeah.
Where my younger son, Nikki, before bedtime, it's like they remember everything that they need to do and everything they need to eat. And so
all of a sudden they're starving.
Yeah. Mom, I need lettuce.
Yeah. You're like, what?
What? Yeah. But I've allowed myself now a little bit and with reason to actually go downstairs with them, let them raid the fridge a little. And there's so many little beautiful moments that happen when you let kids just be kids.
Yeah.
When they're trying to push your boundaries.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, 10 minutes past bedtime's not going to do anything.
No, you're so right.
We get those micro moments.
Yes.
And for me, because I don't see them half the time, that's what gives me like that thing to hold on to when they're not with me.
100%.
When I'm
I agree 100%.
Fully dropped in when they are.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's funny because you really do have to tell yourself like, relax.
Be present with your kid.
Be present. Just go down. Let them eat then. Let them just let them do it.
Yeah.
And it's so funny how you have to like tell yourself that it's okay. But then when you do, it's like little miraculous things happen. I love that. It happens to us all the time.
Because we put, I think, so much pressure on ourselves to create these grand experiences for our kids.
Yeah.
And what I've learned from my boys is simplicity is key. Yeah. Go to the park, do a picnic, go to the beach, throw a football, and you create the best memories.
Yeah.
So it's like, they don't need a lot. They just want you.
They just want you. I know. Yeah.
What's like the sweetest boy mom moment that you can think of?
Oh gosh, we've had so many. I feel so lucky with that little boy. I don't know. I mean, recently we still sleep together and the other night we're laying in bed. We always say before we go to sleep, our rose and our thorn and our feather of the day. And a lot of times, Elvis will just be like, my rose was when you walked in the door after work and I ran up to you. And I'm just like, buddy, that was my rose too. Like, that's my rose. Like, he's such a sweetheart. And then like the way that we'll like literally like needle and thread ourselves into our sleeping position. And like our legs are intertwined and our arms are, and like we fall asleep and we're like, he's just such a sweetheart. Yeah, I don't know.
Those moments are really yummy.
Yeah,
my
the
boys
best.
and I sleep together. Well, up until recently.
Okay.
We slept together for 2 years after the divorce.
Yeah.
And we created a thing out of it where we every night had pillow talk time. So they tell me about their day.
Love it.
We go over little things. And, now being single and having this great love in my life from the two men in my life.
Yeah.
it really sets such a beautiful standard of who I now allow into my life.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you find dating difficult?
It's so different. It's just different. And I would say that like another really cool thing that I've realized lately is like, I loved Nick so much, but who I was when I met Nick, who I was when I married Nick, who I was when Nick died the day Nick died. I became a completely different person because I had to, as a single mother, a widow, having to now completely recalibrate my life and survive and thrive. I've become a different person. So what that means is that what I need from a partner is completely different from what Nick gave me. If Nick was alive, we would have grown together, but he's not. I created a whole new me. So what I'm looking for now is a whole different person. So a lot of times I think it's hard for friends and family of mine because they're like, he's not like Nick, or he's not Nick, or he's not as fun as Nick, or he's not as artsy as Nick, or whatever they would say. And I'm making that all up. But the point is that, yeah, because I need something different now. And it's beautiful. It's actually really beautiful. It's okay. It's actually really okay. And I think I've realized that lately. Like what I need from a man is very, very different from what I needed from a man when I married Nick, when I lost Nick.
Yeah, that's very self-aware to recognize that evolution and to,
it'll be the same for you. If you are or not dating, or whoever your next partner or maybe husband is, you need a different person in your life now.
Totally.
Because you've changed.
Oh,
and what
time.
a beautiful, people are so afraid of change. It's like, no, we should change.
You need to change.
We should grow. We should evolve. We should be aware of that and want that, And I think the hardest part about what I've realized about dating now at this age is that two people have to realize that the person I've become, that I've needed to become to make it to this age and stage of my life is wonderful. If I love you now, let's let those two people relax, because now we need to come together as a new people.
Right.
And that's, I think, the toughest part is saying, I don't need the person that I created to survive anymore. I'm going to put my trust in you and now change again.
Yes.
Into
and leave
somebody
space
else.
for the unknown.
Yeah.
I'm dating someone now and I'm constantly realizing new things through him.
Yes.
And he's also divorced. He has 3 daughters. He's a girl dad. It's a totally different vibe and energy than what I'm used to or even what I dated before.
Yes.
And there's so much that it's like you can heal so much on your own. And I think there's like maybe that 20%, and I'm making that up, that you heal through someone else because they uphold new mirrors.
Yep.
And show you parts of you don't even know yet.
Yeah.
But it's exciting because now you're moving forward and just kind of
totally
following this new wave or flow or whatever.
Yes. Yes. I have a really good friend who's a Rabbi Steve Leader. You should have him on the pod.
I'd love to.
He's amazing. And we had lunch and I was, just telling him all about, like, rah, rah, like just basically being like, this and that and this and that. And he was like, do you know what the perfect relationship is, Amanda? And I was like, no, tell me. He was like, it's not about changing anyone. He was like, because people don't really change. He was like, it's 2 people that allow space for the other person to heal. He said, if you can do that for your partner and your partner can do that for you, he goes, then you have a chance.
Yes.
He said, because that's a special person that allows space in their life for you to heal. So I was dating somebody at the time and he said, how does this person allow you to heal? And I was like, I started crying because I was like, wow, he actually does. He actually does offer me healing. And I had never thought of it that way before. And it really changed how I approached that relationship.
It takes the pressure off from showing up perfectly,
Yeah.
thinking if I'm dating now, then I'm healed and I'm perfect and I'm here
Yes.
presenting a certain way.
Yeah.
But if you just give yourself grace
Yeah.
and, allowed to, and to understand the person in front of you too.
Yes.
Because so much gets revealed in,
because
in
they're
that
also
process.
going through their whole problems.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a lot. It's tough. It takes work. But it's very rewarding. I think when you are dating at I'm 43. So when you're dating at this age of your life, I think it takes a very, very strong, self-aware, vulnerable, honest approach. Whereas like in your 20s, it doesn't have to be any of that because you really haven't had anything happen to you yet.
Right.
Not everybody, everyone's life is different. I know, but like it is a whole different ball game when you're coming into a relationship with traumas and past relationships and divorces and deaths and kids. It's like, it's a whole different ball game.
It's a lot of life.
So if it wins, if the win happens, it is really like, wow, that's beautiful. You know what I mean? That's two people that are really going for it. Like, bravo.
Yeah, no, I know. It's not easy, but
it's not easy.
It also doesn't have to be hard.
Yes.
So movement for you has really carried you through so many of the seasons of your life.
Yeah.
Where are you now with that?
Yes. I found fitness through my divorce. I was already teaching fitness, but I found fitness purpose when I went through my divorce because I was like, oh, wow, I'm super sad. I go to teach 3 classes. I walk out of the gym and I'm smiling and happy. And I was like, because I exerted the energy, I moved my body, I put on music, I was teaching, I was focusing on other people, helping other people instead of worrying about my problems. And I was like just full of joy. And I was like, that's interesting. I didn't ever, I was like, fitness is mental health. Before that, as a Broadway dancer, I used fitness to lose weight. It was like, I have to work out because I need to be skinny for this costume. I'm going to be wearing a bikini on stage. I have to go to the gym because I need to lose weight. And then fitness was like, oh no, I need to go to the gym so that I can release anxiety and stress and be a happy person. And it was so wonderful and so freeing. And I also like gained such a community. Like the women I would teach, like they became like my support system. And I was like, oh wow, like I need to go to the gym also to like see my ladies and have that like, how are you doing today? Like I've gone through a divorce. I know how you feel. And I was like, what? And so then when Nick died, I found it again as just like, oh no, I know I need to go jump rope for 10 minutes for my sanity.
Yeah.
I need to put on music that makes me feel happy and do this for my sanity. And it saved me again. And so I still am in that mode. Like I love fitness for mental health. And it will, when you approach it as that, instead of I need to fit into my jeans, it is so freeing because if your mental health is taken care of, I feel like your body just responds.
Totally. I could not agree more. I walk when I need to like move the energy.
I love
or I hike. I'm like an avid hiker.
Yeah.
There was a moment in my life I was hiking, I think 18 miles a week.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's a lot, but it brought me so much clarity.
Oh, because nature, it's like, you got outside, the nature, the surroundings. Absolutely.
Yeah. You get I would get so many great ideas. I'd connect to God on my hikes, connect to myself in a way that I'd never, and especially with so much going on at home, with 2 little kids, that was my sanctuary.
And I love that you said that because I think also sometimes people are like, well, I don't have money to join a gym and I don't know where to start. And you go on a walk.
Yeah.
Like drive to a park, go on a walk in your neighborhood. If your neighborhood allows that to be the case. Like I live in a very hilly neighborhood, so I don't necessarily like walking in my neighborhood, but I love like driving to the flats in Beverly Hills because I love walking on flat ground. And I love it. I love walking through the flats in and out, looking at the gorgeous homes, and the streets are so beautiful and they're so wide, and I love it. Yeah. So you're right. And it's free. That's free.
Totally.
Yeah. Free mental health therapy.
What are some other wellness, like non-negotiables for you right now?
I love, I mean, it's not a non-negotiable, but I love a sauna and cold plunge. Like I love doing that for myself. I feel like it really just, it just makes my body feel so great. And I love doing it with somebody because I find the sauna, because you can't have your phone in there because it gets so hot. Like you have to either like have a great conversation with somebody or meditate or listen to music. And so it like allows me to like take a, time out. Let's see, what else do I do? I mean, I love I love self-care. Like I'm very good about, I go get facials, I go get massages. I like taking care of my body. I really, really do. So I'm good about that kind of stuff.
Well, it shows. You're beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Thanks.
No, you're absolutely glowing. So this is the first time I've seen you in person.
Thanks.
So we kind of went through the trajectory of the last few years. What are you up to now?
Well, right now I have a really fun show out on Amazon Prime. It's called Trainer Games, and it is a fitness competition show that we filmed in May in Africa, which was super fun. I love Africa. Went there on my honeymoon with Nick, so it was so fun to be back. Although we were 6 hours away on a little island called Mauritius, but I still love like the African spirit. Insane competition show. I mean, we have 10 competitors from all over the world that every challenge we were like, are they going to make it? Like are they going to die? Like, this is really tough. And I've never seen so much heart and passion in a competition show. It is a beautiful reality show. It is not about taking somebody down or being sneaky or jealous or saying mean things about anybody's back. It's actually like a really beautiful show that inspires, I think, people to want to move and want to support one another, which I think the world needs. So that's out right now. And the other thing I'm very proud of is my supplement company that I started a year ago in January. It's called Proper. And we have something launching in February. So it's coming soon, a new launch. But it's a supplement company that is all about things that you can do for yourself on a daily basis just to give yourself a little like healthy boost of confidence. I've created these powders, from digestion powders, metabolism, to immunity, to a daily greens powder. But basically, I think everybody is so different. Obviously, we all are. Like what you need in a day isn't necessarily what I need in a day, right? If you're feeling bloated, then you take the bloating digestion powder. If I'm feeling like I'm getting sick, I'll run to the immunity powder. You might not need immunity that day. I might not need the bloating that day. But when I fly, I love to take the bloating powder because I always feel like I bloat on planes. So like I designed it so that you can have this beautiful rainbow on your countertop because it's all different colors. So it's inspiring to like even just look at aesthetically, but it's also just designed for you and what you need in your day. People are always like, how do I take this? What's the protocol? And I'm like, that's the beauty in it. There's no protocol. It's what do you need?
Right.
I think we're so used to being told what to do. Take these 4 pills an hour before you eat, and then 3 hours later, and you're like, oh, okay. And then, and you do it for a week. And then after a week, you're like, I forgot to take the 4 pills, or like, I don't want to take the 4 pills. And then those pills sit on your countertop, what I call a supplement graveyard.
I have a drawer.
I have a drawer.
I have a supplement cemetery.
Drawers. And Proper is the exact opposite. It sits on your countertop, and it's designed to be like, you know what? I haven't been eating a lot of vegetables. I'm going to take my daily greens today. I'm going to get that daily boost of greens. I'm feeling like a little bit of sick. I'm feeling like I'm getting sick. I'm going to charge up on my immunity support. It's all about what you need.
I love that. It takes the thinking out of it.
Yeah.
And not so much pressure.
No pressure. There shouldn't be any pressure.
But there is. When you look on social media, everyone's taking something. Everyone's doing something. You think, if I just do what they do A to Z, I'll look like that or I'll feel like that.
100%.
And it's not. It's like, what do you need that day?
Yeah.
You know, some days I wake up and I'm just like, I'm famished. I want meat.
Yes.
And some mornings I'm like, I need to fast today.
Yeah.
Or I need to take something to kind of move stuff around.
Right. Or I'm feeling super anxious, or I'm not sleeping great. Oh, I'm going to take this sleep support tonight because I really need some help just like falling asleep right now. Yeah. It's so, I don't know. I find it very fun and liberating and very guilt-free, which is, I think, so important right now. I'm not Amanda Kloots telling you, you need to do this every morning. Maybe you don't. Stop telling me what I need. You don't know what I need. You know what I mean? It's like, so it's, everybody's different.
There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
And it's so nice to have the pressure off. Totally.
Yeah.
What do you see for yourself this year? What are you manifesting for yourself this year?
I'm manifesting a lot. There's a couple of projects that I'm really trying to like produce, and I don't want to say them, but I'll just say that I started a production company last year, and it is very small, but I have some ideas of things that I want to do with it that I really want to just. I want to create content that helps people and that can help people that feel stuck in their lives to take that leap or step forward. Maybe not even the leap, because that's sometimes too big for like a step forward. Yeah. I've done steps and I've done leaps and I've done giant leaps. So like I feel like I know those little ways. So that's something that I'm working on, producing some good, helpful content. That and continue building with Proper. We have some really fun things launching this year that I'm super, super excited about. That's probably the big two.
I love that. And I'll be rooting for you.
Thank you.
You said something about helping people take the first step. In closing, what's your message to people who feel stuck and want to take a step?
Yes. There have been so many things I've done where I've gone into them and I've been like, if this helps me even get better by 1%, if I try this and it's 99% awful, but there's 1% little takeaway, then I'm 1% better. So my advice is just try it. If you come out 1% better, you're 1% better. And if you keep doing all those little things, the one starts to be 10, starts to be 15, starts to be 30, and you slowly start building. And I think we get so scared to take steps because we're like, well, that's not going to work. It might not, but maybe there's a takeaway from it. And a lot of times I've learned there's been things that I've done to try to help myself where the person will leave my house and I'll close the door and I'll be like, well, that was a waste. That didn't work. I don't know what she was talking about. And then I'm not even kidding you. Every single time that has happened, months later, I'll do something else and it'll trigger like, oh, wow, that actually did help. That makes sense now. So like I can go back in time and be like, that actually did matter. That actually did make it, that adds up now.
Yeah.
I didn't see it then. I was in my own head, or I was in my own way, or I was stuck. And now that makes sense. That opened a door to this, and then this opened a door to that. So just stay open and just stay open to the 1%. We always are looking for, I need that fix now. It's like, you don't try for 1%.
Yeah. You're never going to create 100% out the,
out the
door.
gate. If you do, wow, bravo, good.
Yeah, that's
it's
great.
amazing. You might, but also be open to just the 1% too.
Yeah. No, I mean, you have to do it and you have to try, and that's how you learn. I mean, it's so simple, but that really is it. And taking off the pressure that we think we're being judged by everyone. Sometimes you are, but most of the time people are so in their own head that they, no one's watching. It's like, just do it. And then you can look back and say, well, look how far I came. And then, you get the applause later, or you get the recognition later. It's just about getting over yourself and just doing the thing and trying it, because why else are we here?
Yeah. My mom and dad, I was talking to them the other day, and they were like, I was talking about how much I was caring about what other people were thinking about something in my life. And gosh, they were so good. They were like, why do you care? Why do you care what these people think? They're not living your life.
Right.
They have no idea what's going on in your life. Why do you care? And I was like, well, but they're my good friends. Like they're my friends that like have become family to me. And they go, yeah, so do you think, do you like, who cares? If you care enough about what you love and believe in, they will too.
Mm-hmm.
Stop living your life off of what you think they think. And I was like, okay. I was like, great job, guys. I was like, yeah, why do I care so much? Like, it was very freeing. Sometimes mom and dad can really hand it to
you. They know what's up. My mom will humble me with things she'll say all the time. I'm like, yeah, you're right. But it's true. And what they care about today, they're really not going to care about in 5 years.
No.
So just do the thing.
Yeah, do the thing. And if you believe in it enough, everyone else will too. Yeah. And if they don't, then that time of your life with them might be that cycle might be finished and there's a new cycle.
Yeah.
And that's okay too. I've learned that in life too. Like, I think there's cycles with friends and people that come in and out of your life. And I really believe that like some cycles are only meant for a small amount of time, or, I had a best friend for 18 years and we no longer speak. And I am very fine with that because I really feel like that cycle ended.
Mm-hmm.
And it's okay. And I wish her all the happiness and best of luck in her life always. Like, I'm always putting it out there. I want her to be so happy. But like our friendship cycle, that was that. And it ended and it's okay. You know what I mean? It really is okay. Like, free yourself of it. It's okay to have people come in and out of your life. No one else lives your life except for you. No one knows the ins and outs. Nobody.
We just attach ourselves to outcomes a lot, thinking that, and we assign meaning.
Yeah.
When something ends, that it defines something in you or about the relationship. But the relationship was perfect for what it was, whether it lasted 18 months or 18 years. It was perfect.
Yeah.
And you can just sit with that.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot to get to that place in life where you can be that surrendered to just life and how it flows. But that's, in my opinion, that's part of being in the flow. Right?
Yeah, right.
It's taking it as it comes and letting it go as it goes.
Yeah.
And just holding yourself and what's most important to you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Amanda, this was so great.
Thanks so
much
me.
for coming on.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Breaking Through with Alina Obervian. For our community to grow, please like and share, and also leave a review on this episode. Of course, you can find me on social media and let me know what you'd like to talk about in future episodes. Nothing is off limits, so let's have some fun.